afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4.
It's Friday.
We made it. It's been quite a week.
Yes, it has.
Rain and sleet and snow and war and
now a nice weather weekend.
Yes, looking forward to that.
Yes, we are.
But first, let's take a look at what's making news today.
The president is here. We are all here. Our military are here. Citizens and society are here. We are all here defending our independence.
The Russian invasion of Ukraine continued today as more civilians picked up arms against the Russian state. So what is new in the region?
President Biden reveals his nomination for the U.S. Supreme Court. We'll tell you what makes her different than every justice before her, and it isn't just her race or sex.
And we preview this weekend's For the Record. The Gableman investigation continues, but the assembly is wrapped up for the year. So what's next? Let's take a look outside. A little more snow. Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, just enough to enjoy the last days on the sled hill because winter is fading.
Well, it's for now.
Yeah.
Sunshine this weekend, warm temperatures. Austin's in the backyard with the good news.
And, you know, I am walking in a winter wonderland right now with all the fresh snow that we do have, but it's not going to last too long. By the time we reach tomorrow, the 30s are going to return to the forecast, and they'll stick around all weekend, and so will the sunshine. We saw quite a bit of it this morning, but some more cloud cover has snuck through as of late. But now we're looking at 24 degrees, so the temperature's still pretty decent outside, especially with a pretty light breeze that we currently have overhead. But our Doppler track not showing any more snowfall. We did a great job of clearing that out overnight, and for some of us, we saw a few flurries lingering around this morning, but not really any more accumulation. Most of the accumulation did end up cutting off right around midnight or even before for a lot of communities yesterday. And taking an even wider step back, it's looking pretty good to go. We're going to stay dry here for tonight. Still seeing some cloud cover early, but quickly seeing mostly clear skies taking back over in the overnight hours. Now, taking a look at some of our temperatures, it's 24 here in Madison, but we're seeing a lot of 20s across the board overall. Mineral Point at around 27 degrees. Temperatures are pretty close to where they actually were yesterday at this time, and we're not going to see too many changes with this for the next few hours. Winter weather advisories have been expired, so has the alert day, but we're looking at a low of 9 degrees for tonight, so it's really going to cool down again. This is one of the coldest nights that we actually do have in our forecast, and we are tracking some more mild conditions. So if you like the warmer temperatures, we have some good news for you in the extended forecast. So stick around. I'll have details on that coming up in a bit.
Looking forward to that, Austin. Thank you. As invading Russian forces close in on Ukraine's capital, President Biden held a phone call with Ukraine's president for more than 30 minutes today.
Ukraine is calling on the U.S. and NATO allies to take tougher actions against Russia. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
Blasts shook Kyiv Friday as Russian forces continue to advance on Ukraine's capital. A senior U.S. defense official says the Russians have been slowed down by a resistant Ukrainian military bolstered by citizen volunteers. But new satellite images show a large deployment of Russian ground troops and helicopters in Belarus near Ukraine's borders.
To date, the Ukrainians have been fighting fiercely in many places throughout the country. My sense is they're overwhelming force that in a matter of days we could see the capital fall.
NATO says it's activating its response force, marking the first time it will be used for collective security. Thousands more U.S. and allied troops make their way to the eastern flank.
There is no doubt about NATO's readiness to protect and defend all allies.
There is also mounting pressure to cut off Russia from the international banking system known as SWIFT, with more Western leaders now signaling support.
We are looking closely at additional options that may apply appropriate pressure to the Russian Federation, to President Putin.
U.S. officials and members of Congress fear that if Putin succeeds in Ukraine, he could set his sights on other former Soviet countries.
No one knows for sure exactly where Mr. Putin's going to stop. And he's not telling us.
The United Nations Security Council met Friday to vote on a resolution condemning Russia's attack on Ukraine. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
And Russia's attack on Ukraine has many people in southern Wisconsin looking for ways to donate to help people in need. The Better Business Bureau's Wise Giving Alliance says there are a handful of charities that are BBB accredited, meeting 20 different standards for accountability, meaning you can trust that your money will go where you want it to go. Right now, those include Catholic Relief Services, Direct Relief, Global Giving, International Rescue Committee, and Save the Children.
Not every charity is doing the same thing. So keep that in mind when you do your background research. Make sure that the charity that you're giving to is what is important to you and what they're doing over there.
You can still give to an organization that's not accredited with the BBB, but experts say there are a few things you should keep in mind or ask yourself before giving, and you can find those on our website at channel3000.com.
President Biden has chosen a federal appeals court judge as his nominee for the Supreme Court. The president made history as he introduced Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first black woman chosen to serve on the nation's highest court. The 51-year-old appeals court judge is a Harvard Law School graduate who was a law clerk for Justice Stephen Breyer, the man she will now replace if she's confirmed.
I can only hope that my life and career, my love of this country and the Constitution, and my commitment to upholding the rule of law and the sacred principles upon which this great nation was founded will inspire future generations of Americans.
Judge Jackson is familiar with the confirmation process, having gone through it last year when she was nominated to the district court. This time around, the stakes are higher with the reward of attaining a seat on the U.S. Supreme Court.
Well, the State Assembly wrapped up its work for the year this week. Members did so without the final report from an ongoing months-long investigation Michael Gableman is leading into the 2020 election.
We've been told that that report is coming next week. Naomi Coles joins us now with what to expect. Naomi?
With the Assembly done with their main work on passing bills, Assembly Leader Robin Vos has said the results may not result in actual legislation, especially because the Assembly wrapped up their work by passing a whole package of election bills already. Still, even with the report expected, don't expect the headlines about this to go away. I spoke with J.R. Ross from WISC Politics about what he's watching for.
I don't see the final report or an interim final report. I mean, who knows what it's going to say at this point. But they're not going to be done because they haven't talked to a number of people he wants to talk to.
He's talking about a number of ongoing lawsuits related to subpoenas trying to force officials to testify in secret. This Sunday on For the Record, join JR and I as we wrap up a busy week in state politics and explain what to watch for as that long-awaited report may come.
Naomi, thank you. The number of new COVID-19 infections has dropped 65% in the past 2 weeks, and recognizing that the nation is exhausted by the pandemic, the Biden administration is telling most Americans they can start leaving their face masks at home. The CDC says it's switching to a new metric when determining when face masks are recommended in indoor public settings. Depending on COVID-19 case counts, hospitalizations, and hospital capacity, the most recent guidelines recommended masking for roughly 95% of the country. With the new policy, it's closer to 30%.
It's overall optimistic to even be in the position where we can have these more nuanced conversations about when we need masks and when we don't need masks. Further optimistic is there isn't really a variant like on the horizon right now that would suggest that at least for a period of time, hopefully for a really long period of time, we can continue to pull back these mitigation efforts.
The administration's newest roadmap says COVID-19 is here to stay, but may join the ranks of other viruses like the seasonal flu, continuing to threaten lives, but without throwing the nation into crisis.
Jefferson County residents can pick up N95 masks tonight or tomorrow. That county health department is giving away free N95 masks until 5 p.m. today and from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. Each family will receive a pack of 10 N95 masks. To get them, stop by the southern entrance of the Jefferson County Fair Park and drive around to the north side of the activity center. Madison police showed off what they found when they picked up 2 people for a weapons violation Sunday night. The Violent Crimes Unit and SWAT team obtained a warrant for a West Side residence. They found 3 firearms, large quantities of ammunition, as well as cash and drugs.
Happening tomorrow in Madison, the Between the Waves Music Conference returns virtually. It has been 5 years since the inaugural music industry event. Each year, the conference provides the tools and knowledge to help musicians earn a living making music. After taking a year off, founder Roy Elkins explains what emerging artists can expect at this year's event.
show musicians how to make a living making music, and not necessarily just from live performance. You know, we all want to get on stage and perform. That's the best job in the whole world. But there are other good jobs too that you can make a good living doing this.
Butch Vig, known for producing Nirvana's Nevermind and a member of the band Garbage, will headline the festival. You can still sign up. Just go to btwmadison.com to register.
Well, Madison native and author Andy Cutler is out with a new political novel, and he's back in town for a book signing event tomorrow.
We'll talk with Andy about the book and life in Washington these days when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
I know this may look like a classic rooftop chase scene, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
The action never ends, but these offers will.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt? We reduced that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back. Lastly, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
Save on your fave at the Century House. Right now, get $200 off stressless signature base recliners, classic base recliners with power, and new stressless cross base recliners. Or get a free accessory with purchase. It's time for stressless. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 77 years. And during our 77th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $77. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
I know this may look like a classic rooftop chase scene, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
The action never ends, but these offers will.
Welcome back. Be prepared for prices at the pump to reach $4 per gallon nationwide.
Oil futures are now more than $100 per barrel, a high not reached since 2014. The spike comes largely from the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the consequences that have come since that started. Despite commuters grumbling about paying more to fill up their vehicles, the expected higher gas prices won't likely hurt the country's overall economic growth. Analysts say the strong gross domestic product just had its biggest rise in decades and should be able to handle the situation well. The last 4 times oil rose to $100 a barrel, the U.S. avoided falling into a recession.
Well, stocks rallied on Wall Street in back-to-back days of gains. The Dow Industrials gained 834 points, its best day of 2022, ending the week at 34,058. The NASDAQ up 221 points, and the S&P 500 added nearly 100 points. Well, author and Madison native Andy Cutler is out with a new novel.
His third book is a thriller based on presidential politics.
The book is called Honorable Profession, a novel of American politics. Here it is, and Andy Cutler joins us now. Welcome back to Madison and Live Before Andy.
Yeah, welcome home, Andy. Good to see you.
Thanks so much. It's good to be here.
Just to give some people some background, you are very well versed in the politics of this country. Just give us a little of your background.
Sure. Straight out of college, I went to Washington, D.C. I worked for one of the senators from Wisconsin, moved on to another Senate office for a senator from Nevada. Then I went into the Secret Service for a little while as a congressional liaison, and I've been a consultant to the government for the last several years. So I've been in and around politics for coming up on 3 decades now.
Wow. So in order to write a book about politics, do you have to have that kind of a background to make realistic political fiction?
I think so. I think you want your characters and your story to be believable, relatable. I think you want your characters to be authentic, and because I think readers pick up on that. And to the extent that they can relate to some of the themes that you're driving at and some of the storylines that you're promoting, I think that really factors into the equation.
So what was the inspiration for this book? It's a story, too, about a father trying to reestablish a relationship with his daughter.
Sure. Well, it's the last several years, I think our country has been through a lot politically. And for me, as somebody who came to Washington as sort of a very young, idealistic individual, it's been very disheartening what's happened in our political system the last several years. And I wanted to address that. I'm a storyteller, so I wanted to address that through a work of fiction. But I think people will see a lot of current day issues and themes in the story. And of course, I wanted to write something hopeful as well. I kind of see our country as a little bit of at a crossroads right now. And I wanted to suggest that maybe there's a path out of this and a path forward that we can have a better political system.
What do you hope people take away from reading the novel?
Well, I think that, first of all, how we interact in our interpersonal relationships with each other when we talk about politics. I've heard people say that they've never heard this country, never seen this country so polarized before. I'm not so sure that's true. When I was on Capitol Hill in the 1990s, it was pretty partisan. Newt Gingrich and Bill Clinton were at the top of the ladder there, and they weren't exactly sharing hugs. So it's always been very politicized in Washington. But really, what we used to have political brawls, and now it's become a knife fight there. And I think we just need to find a way to get past how personal and toxic the atmosphere has become. So that's what I'm hoping people take away as they see what these characters go through and the path that they take, that maybe we can do things a little differently and relate to each other in a little bit more humanely.
So you think Washington is fixable?
I do, and maybe I'm just an optimist, but everything changes. I think I've been in Washington long enough where, when the Republican Party took control in the mid-1990s, some people thought it was going to be like that for the next 20 years. I remember in 2008 when President Obama was elected and the Democrats took charge of Congress, everybody thought they were going to be in charge for the next. I think we just need to come to a point where we need to realize the parties need to find a way to work better together. And really find a way to dial down the rancor. I'm not suggesting it's going to be easy, and I'm not sure I have, the easy answers, but I think I'm just an optimist and think that we have to find a way.
And maybe we can find that way by reading the book. It's called Honorable Profession, a novel of American politics, and Andy's holding a free book signing event this weekend with columnist Doug Moe. It's Saturday.
Tomorrow.
2 o'clock at the Monroe Street Arts Center on West Lawn Avenue. To register, go to mysterytomebooks.com. Andy, great to see you again. Enjoy a little respite from Washington while you're in Madison.
Congratulations on the book. Great to have time to talk to you.
Thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Still to come at 4. From the Olympics to sports talk radio, curler Matt Hamilton is back home.
He'll join us after Austin's forecast to talk about the Olympics and the next chapter in his life. Stay with us.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget to wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
Well, take a look at this. A doghouse hit by a meteorite in Costa Rica in 2019 recently got a pretty penny at auction, just over $44,000 to be exact. The house's former tenant, a dog named Roki, was inside the structure when the space rock pierced the roof, narrowly missing Roki. A Christie's rep said objects hit by meteorites are extraordinarily rare, which would explain why the rusty wooden doghouse sold for more than twice as much as the actual meteorite, which was also auctioned off. About 500 meteorites reach Earth each year, but considering they rarely strike anything, Roki should consider himself one lucky dog.
Yes, I can't believe it went for that much money, though. That's something.
He's a dog in the house, bang!
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I didn't know 500 hit the Earth every year.
That's pretty interesting right there.
You're the meteorologist.
And it's funny because we study weather in the atmosphere, not so much what's actually beyond the atmosphere. Right. But that was always an interesting distinction there, too. But we have an interesting week ahead of us. Not so much in our office because we're going to see some very consistent conditions. Does that mean some rain or snow, or does that mean some sunshine? I'll have an update coming up.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea
Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Introducing the City Guide 2022 from the award-winning Madison magazine. Whether you're a Madison local, new to town, or just here for the weekend, the City Guide is a must-have. With insider tips on where to eat, what to do, and places to see. 4 seasons of Madison must-dos. But hurry, the City Guide is only available for a limited time on area newsstands, or you can order a copy online at madisonmagazine.com. The City Guide 2022, get yours today.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back outside right now. We are seeing quite a bit of some cloud cover, but it's not going to stick around all night long. We're actually going to see mostly clear skies eventually taking over, but not while the sun is still up. We're still going to hold on to that cloud cover here, at least for these next few hours. But we saw some sunshine this morning. It did help to make these roadways a little bit better. Last night, the roads were just not good at all, but we really did end up seeing a recovery here by the time we saw the early afternoon hours. But some snow accumulation totals that we have seen, most areas were between around 1 and 3 inches. But a lot of those were on the higher end of that spectrum, including right here at our studio. We did see a little bit more than that 1 to 3 inch range there, 3.5 inches. And then on the even farther out to our east, that's where we saw some higher snowfall totals, some lake effect enhanced snowfall, especially around Milwaukee, where they nearly picked up about 1/2 foot of snow. But for our local communities, most areas were between around 1 and 3 inches. But we're going to stay dry here for quite an extended period of time. Just some very small chances to actually see any precipitation all the way through next Thursday. Next Friday is going to be that next good chance to actually see some rain showers mixing in here. But we are going to see mild conditions as well and some rain chances in the forecast that we're going to continue to track here throughout this next week. Current Doppler track, it looks great. We're not really seeing anything moving through here. It does look like a few flurries are trying to actually pick up here and there, so that is a possibility, but we're not going to actually see any of that sticking on the ground. Now you take a look out east, and this is what's left of yesterday. Still bringing some of that snowfall to some northeastern areas, but here in Madison and our surrounding communities, we're looking good to go here for quite some time. Now for tomorrow, it's going to be a cold start to the day, but with some sunshine and a southerly breeze, we pretty much have all the factors to turn this into a gorgeous afternoon, and I do think that's what's in store here. We're going to still see that sunshine for the afternoon and some mid-30s taking back over. Now it is going to be breezy from the south, so it's going to feel quite chilly, but those southerly breezes will actually help to increase our temperatures, and then we're going to see very similar conditions on our Sunday. Temps won't get as cold for Sunday morning, but the 30s do look like they're going to persist there for Sunday afternoon. afternoon with even some more sunshine. But the future track just shows day after day of dry conditions. Really just not too much happening. On Tuesday, I do think a system's going to move through, but just up to our north in northern Wisconsin, leaving us dry. And then come Wednesday, much of the same situation, a system moving up to our north, missing us. And then we're going to see Friday with some rain showers developing here late in the day and generally on Saturday as well. I do think it's going to be our best shot to actually see this. This updated model also trying to bring in a little bit of some snowfall. That is going to be a possibility, but these models really have gotten a little bit warmer for that time frame as of these last 24 hours. A high for Friday and Saturday at about 42 degrees there for both days. And it does look like in our extended forecast, with those temperatures as warm as what we are expecting, I do think that we're going to see some rain showers here, especially on late in the day on Friday. Most of the day is going to stay dry. And then Saturday, we're going to see some more rain taking over. But 30s and 40s in the forecast, we're starting to really see that average temperature rise a little bit.
Meteorological spring starts Tuesday.
That's right. I'm counting down the days.
All right, Austin, thank you.
Thanks, Austin.
Well, Team USA curler superstar Matt Hamilton is back in Madison after competing at the Beijing Olympics.
Team Schuster unfortunately didn't get the gold medal repeat, but they came very close and they made an unforgettable impression.
The man with the mustache now has a new weekday afternoon radio show with Jim Rutledge. Rutledge and Hamilton debuts this Monday on 100.5 ESPN Radio. Matt, welcome home.
Welcome home, Matt. Great to see you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Excited to be here.
So what was it like in Beijing?
You know, it's a little different. Fortunately, we were able to make it through, and I'm back here now. The food was not fantastic, so that was the downside. And I had daily COVID tests, which weren't fun, but everything on the ice and the camaraderie amongst Team USA was pretty incredible.
Well, it was must-see TV.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it was so exciting, even though it didn't work out the way you were hoping. The games were thrilling, and you must be so proud that your team really put curling on the map. I mean, you guys made curling cool.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of fun to kind of be the faces of curling right now, at least in this current setting that we're in. And, you know, I'm really proud of the way the guys played, and the way I played especially. It was one of my best tournaments I've ever been able to put together, even better than the Olympics that we won. So fourth place obviously stings a little bit, but, you know, looking back on it and seeing all the hard work that we did, especially during these tough two pandemic years, kind of pay off and get us to the medal round. It was it's pretty awesome feeling, and knowing that we really did put ourselves out there and gave it our all, and we were just on the wrong side of the inch.
It was awesome to watch, that's
yeah,
for sure.
It really was.
So now you're going to be a sports talk radio guy.
Yeah, how crazy is that? I got a face for radio and a voice for silent films, but here I am.
So tell us all about it.
Yeah, tell us about the show. What are you and Jim going to talk about every day?
So we're a big Wisconsin sports show. The fun part is Jim is a Gen Xer, I am a millennial, and then our producer, Alex Strofe, is a Zoomer, or a Gen Z. So we've got three very different ages with similar opinions, but we kind of argue our way to a conclusion. And, you know, it's a lot of fun, a lot of really great banter. Me and Alex are big Homer guys and Packer fans, where Jim is actually a Chicago fan. So we kind of are able to balance each other out. Jim kind of has maybe low balls a little bit, and then we kind of pump him back up. So it's a really fun dynamic, and I'm really excited to get going with it.
And you don't have a radio background, do you?
No radio background, just a guy who likes to talk a lot.
Like sports.
I'm really into sports.
What time is the show on every day?
It's on 2 to 4 every day here in Madison, and you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, and other places that you might find podcasts, or Wisconsin On Demand. So really accessible, easy to find and listen to. And, you know, like I said, I just love talking sports and the Packers, and now I have a platform to do it where people actually are going to listen to me. So it's pretty incredible.
Well, it's great talking to you, and again, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you having me out.
I mean, you really became like a national celebrity. We saw that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson tweeted at you and wants to learn how to curl. We want to come and do that story, please.
Yeah, absolutely. If Dwayne hits me up again, I'll be sure to let you guys know. He's first into the action.
All right, best of luck on your new endeavor, Matt. Thank you.
Welcome home.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Coming up next on Live at 4, we take a look at Cyrano.
And then coming up next hour at 5, we talk to the mother of the boy killed outside of Beloit Memorial High School. Brad Hamilton has that story coming up at 5.
It's your last chance to save big at Ashley's President's Day Mattress Marathon Sale. Get the guaranteed best offer at Wisconsin's #1 mattress retailer. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these, only at Ashley.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salon Paws.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salon Paws, it's good medicine.
No matter what you do, who you are, or how much money you earn, when it comes to doing taxes, don't go it alone. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros will make certain you don't miss out on a single deduction. Get the biggest refund you deserve at Jackson Hewitt.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-6947. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-6947.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. Today, the Coopers are a cost-conscious couple. But back in the day, not so much. Now, saving is more their style, which is why they chose Consumer Cellular. They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. And award-winning customer service. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and get $25.
It's your last chance to get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 65% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in-store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin is on now at Ashley.
Tonight at 5, nearly a month ago, a young man was killed outside Beloit Memorial High School. A suspect has not been arrested. We speak to the victim's mom.
After a bit of an active week, we're moving into a mostly sunny sky for the weekend and some milder temperatures. Things should be pretty comfortable for the end of February.
Then at 6, beware of scammers if you plan on sending money to help Ukraine. We have some advice on how to give wisely. That's coming up tonight at 6.
Let's take a live look at Kyiv, Ukraine. This is a live shot.
What time is it there? 3 in the morning or something like that?
12:30.
Oh, okay.
Just after midnight, so quiet for now. Quiet for now. Let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
Well, a new take on a classic love story arrived in theaters today.
David Daniel has a look.
He's here.
Cyrano?
Cyrano.
Peter Dinklage swings into action as Cyrano.
Pleasure to meet you, Cyrano de Bergerac.
You're a freak. Freak.
His sword and his wit are as strong and sharp as his unspoken adoration of Roxanne, played by Haley Bennett.
My sole purpose on this earth is to love Roxanne. Does she know? The world will never accept someone like me and a tall, beautiful woman.
She, in turn, loves Kelvin Harrison Jr.'s Christian. One problem.
A woman like Roxanne wants wit, romance, poetry. I don't know how to speak romantically. I am a poet. My words upon your lips. I will make you romantic. Will you make me handsome? It's
it's important that they do have this camaraderie and that they're not enemies. It's not two people going against each other for the girl, but it's two people trying to work together to find themselves, to give someone that they love the man that she deserves.
There's something about them that they feel is unlovable, and I think that's why, you know, this is such a beloved story, is, you know, that is, you know, a constant theme in all of our lives.
My fate is to love her from afar.
Director Joe Wright was determined to film Cyrano at the height of the pandemic.
After so many months of being starved of human connection, to make a film now, or at that point, about the importance of human connection and the importance of reaching out to others to tell them that you love them, felt vital.
I'd give anything for someone to say that they can't live without me, and they'll be there forever.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
It looks pretty good.
That looks so good.
We'll see what Will Loper thinks about it on Monday. And speaking of which, a hit movie turned into a Broadway musical comes to Madison this weekend. We're talking about Sister Act.
Our Michael Bruno goes backstage for the Edgewood College production of Sister Act when Live at 4 continues.
I've made progress with my mental health. So when I started having unintentional body movements called tardive dyskinesia, I ignored them. But when the twitching and jerking in my face and hands affected my day-to-day, I finally had to say, it's not okay. It was time to talk to my doctor about Austedo. She said Austedo helps reduce TD movements in adults, while I continue with most of my mental health medications.
Austedo can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, behaviors, feelings, or have suicidal thoughts. Common side effects include inflammation of the nose and throat, insomnia, and sleepiness. Don't take Austedo if you have liver problems, are taking reserpine, tetrabenazine, or valbenazine. Austedo may cause irregular or fast heartbeat, restlessness, movements mimicking Parkinson's disease, fever, stiff muscles, problems thinking, and sweating.
Talk to your doctor about Austedo. It's time to treat TD. TD is not okay. Visit askforaustedo.com.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk, so they can actually see how this works. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the timer on, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to like get rid of the bags and you would your morning routine?
It absolutely could be a daily thing, but the way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. Apply it underneath your eyes, fine line wrinkles, forehead lines. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
And welcome back. We have seen a great recovery with these roadways over the last 24 hours or so. Last night, extremely slick. As of right now, there haven't been any reported accidents. Still some slower spots, a little bit slower than average here, especially on the Beltline right now. We're seeing some pretty slow stretches here, especially eastbound on the Beltline as of right now. So do keep that in mind if you are heading out. That's one of our main slow areas. Again, no incidents have been reported as of late. Janesville looking pretty good right now, and much of the same up towards Wisconsin Dells. Only real slowdown right now is on the Beltline.
All right, Austin, thank you. It's an audience favorite. Edwards College is staging the Broadway hit Sister Act, which is based on the hit movie of the same name.
Our Michael Bruno goes backstage for this musical about a singer, nuns, and mobsters.
Hey, lady in the long black dress, let me give you something to confess. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So the story begins with a nightclub singer, and she witnesses a murder and goes into witness protection, and she's placed in a convent.
In a very strict convent with a lot of nuns. And the character that I play is part of trying to protect her, but very unwillingly doesn't want her there.
Our love and our friendship, may it somehow be enough. Most of all, keep us smiling while we're strutting all our stuff.
She influences the nuns. She's a singer. And so she starts to teach them how to really ramp it up and sing. And they're quite an awful choir when she starts. So she really brings them to life and teaches them to sing and starts to bring people into the church. The nun that I play, Mother Superior, is from a very strict order. So she considers that her safety zone. That is what protects her and the other sisters from the outside world, which she sees as being just horrible.
Hey baby, my name's TJ, and I'm a Scorpio. Let me guess, Virgo? Well, I'm here to sweep you off your knees and take you to a place I like to call a TJ Town. Listen to me. Loosen up those vestments just a bit. Drop that Bible, baby. Yeah, that's it. See, I know what all your vows permit, and I don't mind keeping it immaculate. Hey, lady in the long black dress.
So when Dolores comes in, she's bringing that horrible outside world into Mother Superior's safety zone, and Mother Superior's quite upset about it. It scares me as a character. It scares me and makes me question a lot of things. So my character goes through quite an arc of letting go of fear and eventually embracing what Dolores has brought, and beginning to see that Dolores, although she's quite different from me, has this very big heart.
Dolores' confidence is one thing that I have grown in, because me personally, I don't have as much confidence as Dolores does, but Dolores brings it out from me.
So she ends up being a really positive influence on the church community. And in the end, she finds that she really likes the sisters and befriends them.
And Michael joins us now. Boy, there's some good singers there.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible singers. And it's kind of like my life story. It's all about mobsters, lounge singers, and nuns.
It is a fun show.
That sums it up, I guess.
Yeah, right.
It really is a fun show, and those boys that really can sing. It's a really fun, fun adaptation of the movie. That, of course, 3 movies that Whoopi did, but it has its own musical score by Alan Menken. So you won't hear any of the songs that you hear in the movie, but you'll hear some brilliant songs sung by some really, really talented people in this version.
Oh, so it's different songs from the film.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that one guy could really sing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're really, really good. The next thing they should do is Jersey Boys, because the 3 of those boys could really pull that off.
Yeah, they could. All right, it's Sister Act. It's in the Diane Baldwin Theatre at the Edgewood College. It's this weekend, the 25th and 26th at 7:30, March 3rd and 4th at 7:30, and there's a matinee on Sunday, March 5th at 2. Go to tickets.edgewood.com.
Theater.edgewood.edu.
There you go.
There you go.
I'll just read the screen over there. All right, it's that time. 3, 2, 1, it's
Friday!
And you boys are headed to Palm
that's
Springs.
right. You got your Palm Springs hats on, you lucky ducks.
We're reporting poolside next week from Palm Springs.
Oh, that's great.
Have a good trip. All right.
Have fun.
See ya.
Travel safe.
And happy birthday, Mark.
Thank you. Not till Monday.
Monday.
All right. Austin will be back with the final check of the forecast coming up.
I know this may look like a classic rooftop chase scene, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
The action never ends, but these offers will.
This is big for heartburn sufferers. Zantac 360 Degrees has the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn. It works in as little as 15 minutes and lasts up to 12 hours. Zantac 360.
He should have used his power to serve Wisconsin. Instead, Ron Johnson served himself. An investigation found that Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. After the loophole became law, Ron Johnson cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since taking office. Look up the facts and tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
Test rest a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid at Steinhoffels, and you could win a 2-year lease for a 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250. Purchase a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid, and you'll get 2 free absolute relaxation pillows, $200 in Steinhoffels cash, plus a $100 grocery reward card. And with Steinhoffels 0% financing and free delivery, buying a Beauty Rest Black has never been easier. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
I know this may look like a classic rooftop chase scene, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
The action never ends, but these offers will.
Tonight at 5, our Naomi Coles talks about the early end of the 2022 Wisconsin Assembly and a Native American winter game dating back to 500 years, kicked off in Lake Monona today. We'll tell you about the Snow Snake Games. That's tonight at 5.
Weather satellites are our weather eyes in the sky. The next weather satellite is ready for launch, and much of its development and weather information comes from right here in Madison.
The UW has been involved in this since the very, very beginning.
See what goes into the GOES-T satellite, Sunday at 10.
Life in the 608 is all about how you live it, and there's plenty of inspiration.
This is just an idea that I rolled with.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind.
Who's the evil twin?
Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
My motto is, be the change you want to see in the world.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Cold winds, ice, snowy, slippery conditions. Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info. So when severe winter weather is coming, you'll have plenty of time to plan your life, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified most accurate team, First Warn Weather, only on News 3 Now.
And welcome back here. Later on tonight, we do have a low of 9 degrees. We're still going to hang on to quite a bit of that cloud cover early on in the nighttime hours, but it will eventually become mostly clear. A peek into the weekend right now, and it's a very nice one. Both Saturday and Sunday expected to be quite sunny with some mid-30s. Now it's going to be quite breezy on our Saturday, but otherwise it's looking pretty good to go for much of this next work week. Towards the end of the work week, we are tracking some rain chances for Friday and Saturday, and the following Monday could see some rain or even some more snowfall coming to the area.
All right, looking good, Austin. Thank you. On the next live, or Monday on Live at 4, our happiness expert will be along to help us deal with these uncertain times.
And our film critic, Will Loper, will be here to let us know what's new on screens, big and small. That's coming up Monday on Live at 4.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. It's the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. Entresto is proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. And trust your heart to Entresto.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call or go to sendinfokit.com to see how easy it is to save on dental bills.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Instead of being impartial, media outlets have become advocates for the Democrat Party. They got Joe Biden, who campaigned from his basement, elected president. Now they're covering up the disasters his policies created by attacking and censoring anyone who exposes the failures. But they can't hide inflation, higher gas prices, and rising crime from the people devastated by them. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message. I will continue to ask questions and uncover the truth.
Well, it's been a rough week with a lot of bad news to digest, so it's time to end the week with a smile.
It sounds like it's time for Louie and Oliver's top animal stories of the week. Here are the news hounds.
Here's the news hounds, Louie and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the news hounds, pups riding a hog.
You ought to know their names.
And a new whatever it is.
But first, the Detroit Zoo's massive penguin center has reopened to the public more than 2 years after it was shuttered to repair some faulty waterproofing. The 33,000 square foot facility is the world's largest penguin center. It features an underwater gallery and 2 acrylic tunnels where visitors can watch 4 species of penguins swim above and around you. 78 penguins call the center home. They include king, rockhopper, macaroni, and gentoo penguins. And now a 5th species, chin straps, have been added to the wattle.
A pair of pups in Kansas have amassed a social media following for their viral exploits as dogs on a hog, motorcycle mutts, rough riders. Okay, I'll stop. Jesus Carrasco says motorcycle rides with his 2 dogs are a regular thing. Even had teeny tiny custom helmets created for his puppy passengers. But since his girlfriend started a TikTok dedicated to these chopper chihuahuas, their doggy drives are now enjoyed by millions worldwide.
The Brookfield Zoo near Chicago has welcomed its newest resident. She's a Sully, a klipspringer, a small African antelope. Her name means honey in Swahili. She didn't have to travel far to arrive at her new home. She was born just down the road at the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago. Zookeepers are hoping a Sully will be a good match with Yukon, a 4-year-old male who arrived here in 2019. Currently, only 26 klipspringers reside at 9 accredited zoos in North America. They're hoping this pairing results in more.
Finally, while we're at the Brookfield Zoo, some exciting news. The 2 male and 4 female Asian small-clawed otter pups born at the zoo last November were recently named. They are Otto, Otis, Wishes, Hermione, Shakito, and Olivia. Who's anybody's guess. The 6 pups are thriving and bonding with their parents Pearl and Addie behind the scenes. This past month, the utterly playful pups have begun eating a diet of fish and have begun exploring a small pool of water. If they continue to grow and learn to swim, they could meet the public sometime next month.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update.
Those otters are so cute.
Are they?
Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here on Monday. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.